Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of To Tell You the Truth. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Hadley. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you're probably watching on. Um, Follow us on Instagram at _ to tell you the truth. We have a link tree in our bio, so that brings you to our TikTok, our Spotify link, and all sorts of good stuff. So check us out there. And yeah, we're super excited to get into today's episode. We've had a little bit of a pause in between episodes just because trying to figure out finishing up school and life gets in the way, but we are back and we're going to be back on schedule and we're excited for it.
So fun, so fresh, so flirty. We are.
um what are we talking about today, Ethan?
Okay, so today we're going to talk about sex and COVID. And I know everyone at home is probably like, if I hear one more person talk about COVID, I'm gonna like shotgun barrel myself. And don't worry, so am I. Like, this isn't gonna be like the pandemic has killed 70. No, like we got it. It's horrible. It's a travesty. But life still is going on. Like, there's still dating, there's still sex. But how did it change? And me and Hadley actually, for our senior thesis, our little dissertation capstone thingy, did a whole project in research collaboration on how COVID affected sex and how the media was portraying sex. But that's boring and useless. So we're just going to talk about how we got affected by
Well, we have the background, so we're not pulling stuff out of thin air, but you don't have to read our paper. We'll just spill our guts here. We'll talk about the personal anecdote of it all. And yeah, this pandemic has been hard. It's been over a year.
Oh my God, I know. Well, so me and my boyfriend we broke up at the beginning of the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah,
Like when you went home. Did you go home?
yeah.
No,
For people that don't know, I usually live in Maine like year round. Even though I'm from Boston, because just like fun and quirky like that. I just moved to a different state. Um, no, but so I would stay home and then or I'd stay in Maine and then the pandemic happened and my mom, God bless this, called me. Ethan, the world's ending. Get home. The state borders are going to close. The grocery stores. So I'm sitting there on the phone with her. She's like, the world's ending. Get your ass home or you're going to be stuck forever. I was like, what the fuck?
I can't be stuck forever. I'm coming. I'm coming.
She called me on Wednesday. Thursday, school was canceled for 2 weeks. Friday, school was canceled for the semester. So I got in my little blue CRV, drove me and my cat all the way to Boston, where I went with my boyfriend. I dropped him off. I go downstairs to use the restroom. I come back up. Him and his best friend are talking, and I hear, yeah. So like, I don't know what to do. And his friend's like, well, do whatever you want. Don't make a decision now, but like, do what makes you happy. So me being the sneaky I am, I sit there for a second with my ear to the door, just healthy, loving things. And then I walk upstairs and I'm like, oh, I think I'm ready for bed. I think it's time the friend goes. And I look at him and I'm like, hey, so what's up? What's happening? He's like, oh yeah, I think we should break up.
Oh, he just did not even sugarcoat it.
Yeah, no, I was like, no, haha, funny, cute, love. What's up? And he's like, no, like, let's break up. I was like, oh, right,
Oh
3
my
a.m.
God.
drunk. Good. So then anyway, so we broke up and then I remember so I was like depressed, stuck in my room, like literally like glued to my bed. I'm surprised I didn't go into what's the word? Catharsis? No. What's it when you're like
I don't know what the word is, but that sounds
muscular
perfect.
atrophy?
There it is.
There it is. That's how, yeah, it was bad.
hmm
And so I remember I was like, well, I'm gonna sleep with everyone that moves. I'm gonna get out there. I couldn't do
Nope.
anything.
The world was closed. Yeah,
The world was closed and so was my legs. Like I couldn't.
that is tragic. Yeah, the same thing for me. Like, well, not the same thing. I didn't get dumped going into a global pandemic, but um, I got sent home. I lived on campus. Like you said, school's canceled for 2 weeks, then it was canceled forever, basically, like the next day. So I came home. with to live with my family, and my best friend, she came and lived with us because she lives, like, on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and they already closed their borders, so she was not getting there. So she came and lived with us for a couple months, so there was 6 adults in, like, one house with 1 bathroom for a very long time, and it was, like,
Right.
no privacy. Poor Nikki, she wouldn't even care if I said her name. Poor Nikki, she lived, like, literally in our living room behind a curtain, no privacy, like, for months on end. So, like, when we talk about, like, sex and dating and stuff like that during the pandemic, and we're like, "Oh, whatever, just, like, FaceTime sex, send nudes, blah, blah, blah." The poor girl didn't even have, like, 5 seconds alone without, like, a dog putting his head through the curtain or someone walking by or whatever. So, it was just, like, so crazy. Um, but, I feel like once the dust kind of settled a little bit and everyone was kinda like, "Alright, I'm here. I'm, like, locked in." If you were doing it right, you were locked in, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Hold on. As you should have been
Mhm,
locked in.
mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with that. Well, and like that's like the thing. So like we broke up and then I was like trying this whole like single thing.
mhm.
And I was like, this blows. Like I can't leave my house. My parents,
Well,
ugh,
what did you do? Did you join, like, online dating and dating apps and stuff like that?
I was on Grinder and stuff, and I had some biddies on Snapchat. But
Mm.
like literally, like it was just so pointless because it's like I can't like I don't know. I just got out of such a long relationship. And I was like, I don't want to like talk to men. Yikes. I don't want to do that in general, but never mind after a break.
Right.
I'm all set. I've had my limit. And so it was just really hard because I'm like, this is going nowhere. I like, how can you start a relationship in the middle of a pandemic? I mean, case in
I
point.
mean, I did do that, kind of by accident. So, yeah, I was on, like, okay, like, literally forever, I've been on, like, Tinder, Bumble, whatever, and I come home and, like, I'm literally so bored that all I'm doing is drinking watermelon margaritas and swiping through Tinder every day. Um, so, like, there was also a point where Tinder gave everybody, like, the passport, like, Tinder passport, so you could talk to people all over the world, like, you could, I plopped myself right down in London trying to match with Harry Styles on Tinder, but didn't work out, it's fine.
Got those like buck teeth people that look like in the shower, but
No,
like
there were some no,
fine.
there's some cute people on there. Obviously, nothing ever came of that or anything, but, I did end up matching with my boyfriend, and, like, it was a slow start. He, like, was out of work for 2 weeks, so he was bored, so it would just be, how it goes. You're on Tinder, you're flirty, 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 and then you're like, I wonder if this person has Snapchat." And everyone under the age of 25 has Snapchat, um, basically. So we added each other on Snapchat, and then, like, we were snapping, and I was like, "I'm so cute, I'm so cute." And then he was like, "Let's FaceTime." And I was like, "Ah, stop that
No!
process. No, I can't. I
Like,
can't."
no, like the audacity men have to think that when we talk to them, we want to face. Are you off your damn rocker? I
Oh
don't
my god.
know. No.
But he literally wrote, like, FT, and I was like, "Does that mean FaceTime?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Uh, give me a minute." And I was like, "Okay, gotta comb my hair for the first time in, like, 6 days because I literally just am a gremlin that lives in my room because we're in a pandemic." Um, yeah, sure. And then so, like, we FaceTimed, and then, like, a month later, finally, some stuff was, like, loosening up, the weather was nice, and, like, I invited him to sit on my back porch with me and
That's not
Nikki.
a euphemism.
No, it's not, like, actually my back porch, yeah, like, the back porch at my home, it's attached, the one that I live in, yes,
Yeah. Oh,
and, like, you know,
yeah.
and it all went from there, so,
I know. So you were like one of the success stories. So like you like made it work.
yeah.
Well, it did help because like now that we're out of it, we really weren't in like I mean we were, but like thank God the weather got nice. But like when we were in there, it felt like years were taken off of my life.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was bad. And because I remember like so it went on. I kind of like hopped off a grinder and stuff because I was like I shared a wall with my parents, and like my house, like I live in the city, so like my house is literally like the size of the room I'm in right now.
Right.
You can hear if someone like sneezes or like farts the wrong way, like it
Oh my
echoes.
gosh. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm sitting there with like my headphones in, and I'm like, I can't listen to porn. I can't sexy talk. I can't do anything. I could barely like go to the bathroom and shower without everyone be like, "Hey, what's up? How are you today?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of my face, please."
Mhm.
No, so eventually, like, I kind of hopped off, and I was like just doing my own thing. And one day I get a little FaceTime again. What
What
is
is the deal with FaceTime? Like, okay, now that it's been almost like a year that I've known my boyfriend, he can FaceTime me whenever he wants. That's fine. I'll pick up. Oh, hey boo boo.
baby? You look tonight.
Oh my god, so sweet. How's work? Love you. Mwah. But
Pick up
like,
the call, but no.
but like, if we haven't been talking, in your case with your boyfriend, or if like I'm here and I don't know you, we haven't met in person yet, and you're just like this boy that I'm Snapchatting. When at the time we're all locked in the house. I'm Snapchatting like 10 different dudes. You asked to FaceTime me. I'm not gonna know which one you are until you
For real, you're
call.
like the 19th Trevor on my list. You're Trevor, like hashtag star. I don't know which one they are. Created my own friggin' Dewey Decimal System for men. There was a Dewey on the list.
Oh my god. That's so funny. My friend that lived with me, she did the same thing. She like had a special emoji to like if she met them on Tinder or whatever. And I was like, "What is that?" She's like, "Oh, these are just my Tinder guys, whatever."
It is what it is. Oh well, smiley face. No, so then again, the FaceTime. I get it. I look down. I see the name going across my screen, and I was like, "What? What? Hold on,
What is
silence,
going on?
silence. What the hell? What?" I don't know what, like, I swear to God, like, the devil came through me. Like, I literally was possessed because I was out on my back porch and I was like, no, I'm going to shut my phone off. That's what my brain said. All second I know, I'm crying on the phone saying how much I missed and loved him.
I mean, I knew that was coming because I know what the ending was, but I still just gasped like that.
Like, are you out of your freaking mind, Ethan? No, no suave, no coolness, no. What do you want? I miss you so much. Desperate, needy, disgusting, foul. Enough. Oh God, it makes me sick to my stomach that that was me. But then he's like, "No, I was gonna call because I missed you too." And I'm like, "Well, then why'd you break up with me?" So we're talking. He's like, "It was a mistake. It was a lapse of judgment." And I was like, "It better be a lapse of freaking judgment." So, anyways, tearful, heartwarming. Yeah, whatever. I don't like emotions. But we got back together.
Mhm.
We couldn't see each other in person.
Was he still in Maine or did he go home too?
He came home too, so he's from near me in Mass. And so it was so hard that I could have just gotten again my little blue CRV, little beep beep down the road, but I couldn't. Like, so we would FaceTime like all day, every day and stuff, but it, like wasn't the same. And what killed me was the like no FaceTime sex. He'd be like, "No, I'm playing video games. No, I'm playing Madden. No, I'm doing this." I'm like, "Sir, excuse me, my parents just went back to work for the first time. I had the house to myself. Get,"
Right.
and it was like it was a really hard curve to have because he was like, "I don't like FaceTime sex. I don't like, you know, um, anything like that. That's just like not his prerogative," and which is fine. But it was hard when there was no sexual relationship other than, "Oh, you look cute today," and I'd look a little nice, get a little thingy on, a nice little red thing, and try to look cute. And it was like, he was like, yeah, you look handsome, but like I was like, no, I want to look like sexy. That's
Right.
yeah, you want to look sexy. And it was just so hard because like we went from breaking up to back together to no sexual relationship for like a month. And like that, I don't know. Like I know so many other people that were like in that way. Like my friend was dating her boyfriend for 4 years and he cheated on her with the next door neighbor.
During during
During
COVID?
checked the location and it like moved like half an inch to the right. And she was like, ooh. So she FaceTimed him. So finally picked up by mistake. Phone was in the bed. And all she could hear were like sheets rubbing and moaning.
Oh, the poor thing.
Ah. So she, of course, I get the phone call. How could he, the bastard? Oh, I was like, yeah, no one saw that coming. But yeah,
Moral of the story, like so many people were sexually frustrated at the beginning of the pandemic because
and
and they were looking for any outlet to kind
any,
of
and
like
like
have sex.
it scares me to think of the amount of people that absolutely got cheated on and cheated. Like 100% were
Right.
sending little like nudies back and forth, nudie judies to like
Hmm.
Becky down the hall. Like,
Right.
yeah, it's scary because there were so many people that just couldn't see each other after seeing each other for months. And I'm sure, a lot of people were in happy relationships, healthy relationships, but we're in college. Aren't any really that healthy? For you to decide. That's for you to decide. I'm gonna say no, but like again, who am I?
Well, we're just making assumptions.
Yeah, we're generalizations.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like any couple that did not live together or even couples that did live together, I feel like all relationships got some wave of toxicity
Or
through
I
the
wouldn't even say I don't know if I would say toxicity. I think it was more just of like there was just a curve in the road, like there was no one that wasn't affected by it. And I'm sure there's some people that were affected by it more than others. Couples that live together, like you all of a sudden have more time together than you've ever had, which seems like a good thing. But then like you're like, wow, I wish I could just like be with my own thoughts for 5 seconds without them all up in my face. So like that, like see something that seems like a great thing, or like you're together all the time, you're both out of work for a little while, or you're working remote and you're like, oh my God, we could have sex all the time. And then you're just like bored of the sex that you're having. So like that's like one extreme, like your example of like being separated and like not having sex and not even having like virtual sex, right? The opposite for people that live together is like there was just like too much of a good thing and it was like overkill,
yeah.
you
No,
know?
yeah, getting smothered, like not having any of your own space. And like beyond that, like say you are a couple that's together all the time. It's not even like you can hang out with other people.
It's
Like
just you guys.
you're just getting the FaceTime calls or like I don't know about you. Some people may relate to this. Some people may be like, Ethan, go take a nap. I was drunk playing Club Penguin the entire quarantine. From 7 p.m. till 2 a.m., I was on Club Penguin doing fashion shows. I was getting coins, collecting my puffles.
So I think that was definitely a you thing. Yeah, no, that's cute. Definitely a you thing though.
Yeah, no, well, I did it with my friend Sierra, and we did it for a while. And was it unhealthy? Yes. Did we enjoy it? Yeah.
Was there anything better to do? No,
What was I
not
gonna do?
really.
Drink and look in the mirror? Yeah, right. Face my inner demons? No, thank
Nope.
you. I went down that road one time during quarantine. I was like, I'm gonna sit with my thoughts. 5 seconds in, I was ready to go play in the fucking traffic.
Literally, like I'll try and sit here and be like, I am on my screens too much. And they're like, okay, back to TikTok.
Okay, let me text someone. Yeah, literally. It's like, ooh,
Let's
okay.
see who's available to FaceTime right now.
Literally, it's like, okay, yep, that was it. Good. All set.
Okay, so I did forget my phone when I came to go pee. So this is my 15 seconds a day of no screens. There we go. Thank you.
So it's like I'm making a sandwich. I am unplugged. I am one with Julia Childs, Gordon Ramsay, who, yeah, no. And that was, yeah. So it's a big thing. Like there was nothing to do with people. So it was hard to, you had to make your own fun.
Mhm. Totally.
Masturbate. I feel like, oh my God. I feel like you were sitting at home alone. I was supposed to be doing schoolwork. That was, oh my God. I like, thank God I had some really nice professors. Like I got so far behind on that stuff.
It
Again,
happens.
the,
And the people we were lucky very we had a lot of overlapping classes last
I
semester,
think it was
right? Or
most
that semester.
courses.
And like literally every professor that we had was just like, "Whoa, this is literally crazy. Don't worry about it. Take a
Yeah.
deep breath."
They were
So,
like, submit an assignment, put your name on it. That's pretty much the A.
mhm. Basically.
It's true, but it was hard. It was hard to maintain relationships too, because I don't know about you, but I was so drained, like all the time, just from the news, from my mom pacing around the house thinking the world was gonna end and that we were all gonna die. Like that's the thing. My mom's like, if you leave this house without a mask and gloves on, you're gonna kill your father. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna die. I was
Okay. Okay.
like
Okay.
22. I'm 22. I'm 22. I don't need to be told I'm gonna die.
Mhm.
Already have anxiety, mama. Take it. So it was just so hard and so draining being around that. And like again, love my parents to death. I do not want to sit around them for a whole month with no other contact but them and a dog and my cat.
Right. I think that, a lot of people our age feel that way. A lot of people, period, felt that way. Just like having your freedoms of like being able to like run out to the store or go grab a drink with a friend or whatever without being like them being in your COVID bubble or without a mask or any of those things. So it's like a lot of things were stripped. And I think the direction that you were going maybe was like your relationships with people, like how they changed. It's like the people that you live with and are in like direct like company with every single day. At some point, it's like, okay, I think I'm good. We need a break. We need a break. Just don't talk to me.
I
And
was
that can put a strain on relationships. And then also like your friends, like kind of like I don't know if this makes sense, but like you kind of have like your friends and then you have like your perimeter friends, like the people that like are friends of friends or like people that you see like when you go out. So they're not like your direct friends, like acquaintances, I guess.
yeah, no,
Like
I
you
know what
know,
you mean. Like yeah, you're they're not part of your like main group, but they're always around when you're out.
yeah, I think that like a huge part of that I've been thinking about this the last like maybe 2 months of like I don't even see those people anymore. Like they were fine people. I enjoyed their company, but like I never see them anymore because we don't have the ability to be with that amount of people anymore.
No, for real. I agree with that. Like I
Mhm.
had like my super close friends and then a couple people I went out with and like love those people to death. Do not see them anymore. Especially I'm up in Maine
Mhm.
and like we have our little COVID cohort, a little CC, but
Mhm.
it's like not the same and it kind of sucks, but like, you got to be safe about it. And it does make me so mad when I see these people at like 100 people parties, no masks on, like partying like it's 2005.
Yeah, just like super spreaders all day long.
And I just don't get it. Like, are you selfish? Are you unhinged? Do you need help? I don't know what to do for those people. You make me angry.
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
No, it is. But beyond that, going back to sex, because that's what we
Yeah.
love. I remember the first time I was able to get out of my house. And my boyfriend came, picked me up in his little Nissan, went back to his house, and I'm gonna leave it at that, but I don't think I spoke a word that day. I
Didn't
don't
have to.
I don't think I formed a complete sentence that entire day. I don't think we talked at all.
Well, you'd been on FaceTime talking so much for a month that you were already caught up. There was
Yeah,
nothing else
we
to
I
talk
mean we
about.
just played cards. We played some Scrabble. I
Cute.
ate a lot of dinner. No, well, that was the other thing, the FaceTime. At some point, I was like, I want to be with you, but if I listen to like another video game, another Madden, I'm going to put my face through
Oh,
dry,
literally.
dry wall. I can't.
Mhm.
And he'd be like, well, I am talking to you. I said, how are you 10 minutes ago? It's like, and you didn't respond when I asked you a question. Wait, I didn't care what you did. Oh, again, men, love them, love them.
Oh my god. Well, I think to talk about sex too, I guess with my boyfriend, we literally met during the pandemic, met for the first time during the pandemic. My whole family lives here, like everyone. And so he would come over and hang out on the back porch, or like one time he finally like made it into the kitchen. And then one day my parents rented a little beach house um for like 2 weeks. So they were there with my brother and my sister, and my friend that lived with me, she was at work. So I like texted him and I was like, "Today's the day. Today's the day. Everyone's gone." We hadn't had sex yet at all. Like we'd literally never had sex before because
You were like
we
a new.
met during yeah, like it had been so long. And so I was like, "Oh, my parents and my siblings are at the beach. Nikki's at work. Just saying." And he was like, "I'll be right there."
Yeah. I'm gonna say he like Scooby Doo. You probably just saw like Prince of him in there. He's like, hey, what's up? Like, how'd you get here?
We literally we met in like April. We didn't even have sex until I think like June, July, the first week of July maybe. Because I think that's when my parents had the beach house. So I think it was literally July.
um, I would like to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We hadn't even kissed. Not even like a
Like, what if
smooch.
what if it sucked? Like, what if it was literally the worst thing ever and you were just like stuck with it because you were dating him?
Well, we weren't like dating at the time. We were just
Oh, yeah, I told you like that's why we weren't dating. If it wasn't, you're like, hold on, I'm not an
No, we
idiot.
were just
Sex
no,
podcast.
we were just whatever the talking stage. We were just talking.
Yeah.
Nothing was official, whatever. But like, uh, it worked out. I was like, okay. And honestly, it had been so long that it could have been bad. If you're listening right now, ignore what I'm saying. But it could have been bad.
Like you.
And I was probably like, oh my god, so good, thank you.
I know he literally could have went in there and literally just done like a 2 pump like high five after you would have been like,
And
oh
I would be like, oh my god,
gracious. Like I feel like a new woman. No, literally like after the month of quarantine when I like got like human contact, I was like, oh sweet Jesus. I'm not talking like anything raunchy or dirty. I mean, literally like a kiss on the lips. I was like, I was like, okay, we're gonna do it in the car in the parking lot. I see you. I love it. Like, no, we're not. I was like, why?
Oh. No,
Why?
like, cause I was down for it. I don't know why you just canceled that so fast. I thought that's what the plan.
He's like, I gave you a kiss and held your hand. I was like, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
You basically jumped me and like asked me out loud verbally with that hand holding. You said, please have sex with me in the parking lot.
And I held your hand back, so I was like, okay.
That was that I squeezed once. I gave you I don't understand the confusion. No, but like it was so I like literally I was so starved for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see him super often still because he started working.
Right.
But every time I saw him, I was literally like, just touch me. And he's like, what? I was like, just like eat like caress my cheek, brush my hair.
Well, a lot of people that like a lot of my friends and stuff that hadn't had sex in a long time, and then once like people started figuring out how to like live this new life with COVID, had sex again. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, But sex is crazy. You guys ever heard of it? It is so good.
Wait, I tried this
No,
new thing.
I tried this new thing called like making. Oh my god.
Guys, I
Oh.
did keep the tongue and it changed my life.
So guys, I did actually receive the touch of a man today. And if you haven't tried it, I'm just throwing it out there, worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
That's
Yeah.
literally how all of my friends were.
Well, and it was so true though, because like I remember one of my friends was so she doesn't have a lot of sex in general, but
Mhm.
like pre-quarantine, she was like, I'm just gonna like take a break. Then quarantine hit, so she took way longer of a break than what she wanted. So
Right.
she said that she was like, it was over the summer, and it was like COVID was getting better, and she was at this barbecue, and this guy was there, and she shook his hand, and she was like, Ethan, she goes, I was like one more handshake away from literally collapsing on the ground and having an orgasm. Like, what do you mean? She goes, I mean, if he touched my hand again, I would have laid on the ground and just started convulsing and moaning,
Oh my
having
god.
the orgasm
That is so funny.
because of a hand. She was
People
like,
are the people are starving, okay?
oh, well, that was the other thing. I feel like people got a lot nicer after court because everyone was trying to have sex again. It wasn't,
Yeah.
yeah, because it got scurry there for a minute. Some of my friends, they were love them.
There's a lot of attitude being thrown around, and it's like, you need to get laid,
Or
for
just
real.
get an orgasm. I don't care.
Or just masturbate, like, literally just masturbate.
Well, that was the thing. Like Adam and Eve and like all those like places, they had such big sales for like masturbation toys, male, female
Mhm.
alike. I was like, why? Like everyone better go buy one. I bought like 18 already. I'm a Gold Star Platinum member, baby.
That's so
No,
funny.
but like I just remember looking at it. I didn't actually buy 18. That would be a little ridiculous. It was only
That'd be
15.
a little excessive. Only 17. 17's fine, though.
17 was fine. It wasn't 18. It was 17, guys. I'm fine.
That's
No,
so
that's where my
funny.
sting check went. But actually, like people, like, and I feel like it was hard too, though, because you were like either at home or you were with like friends or like on FaceTime all the time with friends because you wanted social interaction and you didn't want people to hear you, like, getting your nut. So, like,
Mhm.
you just had to like figure out your way around it. It was kind of like living in the dorms again.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even my life didn't even change because I was an RA. So, actually, my life did change because I was no longer the RA. My parents were.
you
So,
went from the RA to the resident. You got to glow
yeah. Yeah.
fired.
Oh my god.
It's not your fault. This stuff happened.
No, it's fine.
So yeah. So like the moral of the story is no one had fun during quarantine and like beyond just like, oh, I couldn't have sex. I couldn't meet my boyfriend for his little wiener. It was it's been a hard time for everyone. People lost loved ones, people lost their lives, and I just want to make sure everyone knows how serious it is and they should be taking it seriously. Wear your mask, get your vaccine when you can. I've got my first. Hallie's got her first.
My second one's coming up. We have our second on the same day.
Oh yeah, yay! No, but do your part, help end it, and stay safe. But again, it's ending. If you're gonna go hook up, make sure you're getting tested, not only for COVID, but get those
But
STDs.
also STD tests. Mhm.
That's huge because they STDs rose during COVID, like which was
And
insane. I don't know how the hell that managed, but yeah, watch out, people. It's not fun.
mhm.
So yeah, that was today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Again, if you haven't already, please follow us at _ to tell you the truth on Instagram. Our link tree is there. You can find us on YouTube if you're not watching it there on already, and we're on Spotify.
Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week.
Bye.